As more games are released and more collections are created for UB Workshop's merchandise, we also see recurring items set in each game's theme. In this case, I'm looking at dress shirts. Previously, I reviewed the Kenway shirt, based off the Black Flag theme. There are now 3 dress shirts in the store, based on Syndicate, Unity, and Black Flag. Today, I'll be looking at the Unity item, the Arno dress shirt. Like the other dress shirts, the Arno shirt is a somewhat more formal piece of clothing and sells at $60 US. It is a long-sleeve button-up shirt with a semi-tailored fit, made from 100% cotton. The description is a little odd. It has horrible spelling and grammar, which is unusual. The colors don't really match either. The page describes the shirt's color as navy blue, and the photo backs this up, but in reality, the color is a bit brighter than navy blue. Basically, if you're looking for a dark blue shirt, this isn't quite as dark as you may think. Anyway, the Arno shirt has more in common with regular dress shirts with less fancy stitching. As with most shirts, it can be worn casually or tucked in for a more formal look. The distinguishing features of the shirt are the double-breasted rows of buttons and the shoulder epaulettes, which are common themes in many of the Unity clothing items and inspired by historical French uniforms. The buttons are wooden and all of them are engraved with the assassin symbol. This is nicely done, being barely noticeable most of the time, but can be easily seen in the right angle and lighting for those with a keen eagle eye. Underneath the buttons is a red stripe that runs down the shirt. This is a bright contrast to the blue fabric. While this is not normally seen, the red stands out when it can be seen, such as at the neckline and the bottom of the shirt. The shirt also features a pattern underneath, featuring a stylized bird that appears on Arno's pistol in the game. This motif is also seen on the sleeves when rolled up. When worn this way, the shirt has a nice color contrast between the blue and white grey, similar to the other dress shirts. Compared to the Kenway shirt, the Arno shirt addressed a couple small problems. Firstly, the neckline is much more relaxed. Although you can't button the collar comfortably, the way the neckline is cut allows the collar to be positioned just right. In comparison, the Kenway shirt looks a little awkward buttoned up, and unbuttoned, the collar felt a little wide due to the high placement of the button. The sleeves are also done properly this time. The Kenway shirt had its unique skull pattern on the inside of the cuff. The problem with this was that you had to roll the sleeves up a certain way, requiring one sleeve button to be done, pinching the sleeve halfway up the arm and then rolling the cuff back. This felt a little tight, but undoing the button left the cuff wide open and susceptible to rolling back down. The more common way of rolling up a sleeve without leaving creases is to fold the cuff first and then fold it again. Doing this with the Kenway shirt meant that the skull pattern wasn't visible. The pattern on the Arno shirt is correctly positioned so that it does appear when rolled up the conventional way. This might seem pedantic, but this is a bit of a relief if you're used to wearing things the right way, and if you're wearing a dress shirt, this is something worth considering. Overall, I do like the design of this shirt. It is a nice clean design. The front of the shirt has nothing much going to it, just a plain blue. The double row of buttons add some uniqueness to the design, as does the red stripe, the very bright red stripe underneath the button line, which adds a nice clear contrast to the blue. The whitish grey cuffs when rolled up are also very nice. This does add to the theme of the French Revolution, which Unity is set in, so this makes it quite an interesting shirt. So from a colour scheme point of view, I do like this shirt. It is a bit different because it isn't a plain white dress shirt, it is a blue shirt, and blue is a cool colour. So it is a nice choice of colour if you're looking for a blue shirt, and overall it is something which I do recommend. As I mentioned before, it does lack any clear stitching on the back, unlike the Edward shirt, but it does have the shoulder epaulette, so it gives it that anachronistic French Revolution taste without making it look too excessively cheesy. And there is no branding at all apart from the Assassin's Creed buttons, and as with all the other Unity Collection merchandise, it also has the Assassin's Creed Unity logo in the bottom left corner. So it has the typical signs of the Assassin's Creed buttons, but outside of that, very clean design, nothing really to it. So no one's going to really suss out that this is an Assassin's jacket unless they're looking for the buttons. And you know what? It's the kind of subtlety I like. It's a nice shirt by itself, and it doesn't need the Assassin's Creed brand to make it good. All it is, it adds a nice accent to the shirt for those who know what they're looking at. For those who don't, it's just a nice shirt. I do want to highlight the improvement over the previous dress shirt. Unlike the Kenway shirt, like I said before, the cuffs do roll up much easier, and it does look right when you roll it up. So it is a nice shirt whether you wear it long sleeve or short sleeve. So if you're looking for a shirt that is slightly more upmarket, something more decent looking than a t-shirt or a hoodie, then the dress shirts are worth it. I would recommend both the Edward Kenway shirt and the Arno shirt. I think the main, even though this shirt is slightly improved, I think the main distinguishing feature is either you want the blue shirt or a white shirt. If you want a white billowy shirt, then the Kenway shirt probably takes the preference. But if you're looking for a blue casual shirt, then I'd go for the Arno shirt. There is one more shirt that is coming up. It hasn't been released yet. It's the Jacob dress shirt that comes from Syndicate, and that will be released in November. So I'm looking forward to that. That is a nice black shirt with a black and gold trim and accent. So I think it would be very similar to this shirt, except with the London theme. So if you're looking for a different color that's not white or blue, perhaps look forward to the black Jacob dress shirt. Anyway, this is New Sensei. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review helpful, and I will see you next time.